Hello, 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 and welcome back. My name is Sir Joust, and today we're going to be talking about some Fortnite. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Basically focusing on Survive the Storm, though. Not the game as a whole, because, hey, the game as a whole doesn't really exist yet. So first off, this video is not intended just to rip on Fortnite. In fact, I love the game. I really do enjoy it. However, it would be doing a disservice to not only the game, but you guys, if I were to just sit here and blindly love everything that they did, as well as just sitting and ripping on the game and not giving it where, praise where praise is due. So just generally, Fortnite is this unbelievable genre, I guess. I don't know of any other game like it where you can build, shoot, there's zombies that you can kill. Like, that's sick, all right? And then on top of that, they have really intuitive gameplay. I mean, altogether, it's just a great game. What is lacking is, I mean, pretty obvious. YouTube's pretty vocal about it, as well as Reddit. Things like Epic kind of did a money grab. It obviously needs a lot of work. And then the big thing, the updates aren't exactly what we as the fans expect. In this video, I'm going to be going over basically Survive the Storm and the Mutant Storms. Pros and cons of each of them, what I personally think with 100+ hours in the game, what I think they did really well, and what I think they might need to work on just a wee bit. And hey, if you guys like my style, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. Starting off with the Survive the Storm update, which, I mean, everybody was hyped about. I myself, I was super pumped for it, and then once it came out, I was like, Like, the biggest parts of this last update, in my opinion, were the Mutant Storms and the new enemy. I understand the significance of the Survive the Storm as a mission. I just think it was kind of executed poorly, and I'll get into that, I promise. I think it was really clever of them to add like a night and day cycle and actually use that and incorporate that more fully in the game. I don't know if you guys know this, but pre-Survive the Storm, nights were actually supposed to be harder. So a lot of people didn't know that. They just kind of like, let's do the mission now, even though it's like just about to be night. They actually made the mission harder for themselves. That was something that was in the game prior to Survive the Storm, and then they just kind of really hit it home with this new update. I do like that they put emphasis on it. However, they're really long. 8.5, 9 minutes per cycle is a bit ridiculous, and I know a lot of people have been asking for the ability to like skip the day cycle, especially through nights 1 to 3 or so. You're not really doing that much in the day. You've already built what you needed to build. I mean, it's almost like you're just wasting time. And on a 4 to 4.5 hour mission, let's cut down time where we can. Another benefit of the Survive the Storm 14-day mission is the emphasis on resource management. Like, I don't know about you guys, the first time I jumped into it, I was like, build, 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 not realizing that I would run out of metal and wood in order to build ammo. Like, that's how bad it got, because it was all just on the floor. And there's no way to get it back. You didn't realize that, hey, maybe the supply crate was the best thing to run. And those things killed you, really, like literally and figuratively. Also, it showed that all the heroes are needed. My biggest critique was that the heroes aren't, pre-Survive the Storm, the heroes weren't diverse enough. But once you get into a mission like Survive the Storm, the 14-day mission, you realized how beneficial a constructor was. The ability to spawn resources, make an area of the map really powerful, and also have just an overall reduction in cost when building. Like, that was invaluable, and if you didn't have it, you really felt it. Personally, I believe that's how it should be in every single mission, but Survive the Storm just kind of like, in your face, this is really important. Now let's get to the bad shit. I mean, everybody wants to hear bad shit about a game, you know what I mean? Obviously, the length, okay? If you're gonna sit down for 14 in-game days, that takes forever. It takes a long time, and it wasn't very casual friendly. And even though I'm a YouTuber who covers Fortnite, I'm a hardcore casual gamer in this department. No longer can I do the 4-hour streams. I had to cut that back, and even then, some days I can't even do them because I just don't have time. Life catches up, and I understand, like, a lot of people are in my boat. Well, there's other people who are like, 4 hours is nothing. I'm gonna do that and then raid on WoW for 8 hours. Like, that's fine. You're considered not a casual gamer. Know what I mean? Which gets me into my second point, the risk. So if you select a 14-day mission and you get 12 days in, you're killing it, and something happens, whether it's a glitch, which is another con, or you know, you just get overpowered and run through and they destroy you. That's done. That's it. You get like nothing. The rewards are minimal. They're not worth the time and resources invested into that 3-hour-long mission. And I mean, it's literally a waste of time if you lose. Glitches was another thing. The first one I did, you know, we got fairly far, and then there was a zombie underneath the ground who was just pummeling our base, and it's like, how aggravating is that? Like, you know, you cannot do anything about it because it's a glitch in game. And I understand this is early access, and believe me, I understand that. But that's that's a big part of the game, and I don't know how they would fix it, but that's something that needs to be addressed hardcore. Another thing is the rewards sucked. I mean, the quest rewards, those two, you know, the hero and the Hydra, like, that's cool. Everybody wanted that, but then after you got that, it's like, all right, never playing that again. Like, nobody wants to grind out the 14-day, you know, mission. It's just, it's not rewarding. I mean, you sit there, literally sit there for hours, and once you finish it, it's like, yay. I mean, you could have just done Mutant Storms and gotten 10 times the rewards. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as far as cons, that's basically everything I want to get into on the Survive the Storm 14-day missions and 7-day missions. No, I lied. There is one more thing. This came up in stream the other day. You guys mentioned it. There should be different brackets. So there's like a level 15, which is stupid easy. Like, I mean, you could, yeah, it was stupid easy. And then it bumps up to level 40, which is like hard. All right, that's where most people are at, that level 40. And then, you know, kind of balancing in between there. And then it shoots up to level 70, which, I mean, you guys you as Epic in the, like, an update or so ago said that's only 0.3% of the community. Excuse me, 0.03. All right. Tiny amount of community is up in Canny Valley and Twine Peaks. That didn't necessarily change when you rolled out this update. That was still a very small amount of the community. What people are asking for is different tiers. So, you know, have like a level 23 or 25 or something in there, you know, and then maybe like a level 50 or 60 instead of just shooting up 30 levels. That's insane. That's ridiculous. All right, but enough bitching about the Survive the Storm. You guys get the deal. The big things that came out of that is what I believe the whole deal with the event is, because a lot of people have been asking me in the comment section, is this going to disappear forever? Like, what's the point? Free-to-play players next year aren't going to be able to experience this. Why are they doing this? What I believe is what we're going through with Survive the Storm is actually going to be in the full build as maybe a mission, or, you know, maybe they're going to keep it as an event, which I think would be silly. I think they should actually have it in the game as like a, you know, the boss battle or something. But we were just essentially the test dummies, and that's the whole point of early access, is we get in there and we fight through all the bugs, we fight through the glitches, we report back, and we're like, hey, this sucked, this was good. And that is the point of this video. Again, I don't want to be ripping on Fortnite. I'm hoping that I rip on it and enough people hear it, the voice gets out, and then they make the changes accordingly. You know what I mean? Constructive criticism, for lack of a better term. Mutant Storms. Not gonna lie, I loved these. These were the single best change with this new update. That and the new enemy, the little shielder dude, the worm. I love the Mutant Storms. It's exactly what we've been asking for. We all complained about the grind, the unbelievable grind for pure drops of rain, lightning in a bottle, survivor XP. It was insane. So what did they do? They added harder levels, basically, the exact same missions, just harder, and allowed you to get these extra rewards at a cap of 10 per day. If you were to do all 10, I mean, that's still, even if you were jumping straight into the next game, and finishing them ASAP, that's still like 4 hours, 4.5 hours of gameplay before you capped out for your day. So I think that was an amazing change that they did. It allowed grinders to grind, and it allowed casual players to feel like their time isn't necessarily wasted or for nothing. Also, for all the new folks coming in, I think it's pretty sweet. Like, they do their normal mission, they're like, oh, that was pretty easy. And then in Stonewood, they go to a Mutant Storm, and all of a sudden, you know, hardness has been doubled, and they're just like, I wasn't ready. And I think that's really cool. It allows people to have that, you know, less of a shock that we all experienced. Like, we're like, whoa, this is super easy. You know, we all complained about the stonewood tutorial. Everybody complained about that. It's nice to hear nice to see they actually heard us and did something to change that. I also like the addition of buffs and debuffs. I thought that was a really clever way, and I hope they kind of expand on that front, because it keeps the game fresh and new for all of us people who've been pumping hours and days of our lives into this game. Because while we're playing the exact same mission, you know, it's still a ride the lightning mission. You know, the monsters react differently. We play differently. And each level, though you're doing the exact same thing, feels a little different in that regard. And I really like that, and I hope they just expand upon the buffs and debuffs. As for the cons of the Mutant Storms, I honestly, I sat here for like 10 minutes, couldn't think of a single one. If you guys have something that you're like, Mutant Storm sucks, because I would love to hear about it in the comments. Seriously, fuel my hate, because I mean, I want to keep doing these kind of review episodes at the, you know, midsection of an update, as a form of kind of feedback for not only Epic but you guys, what I'm feeling with this game. And I know a lot of you guys don't give a crap what I'm feeling. You just want to feed your hate. But hey, what are we gonna do? All in all, Fortnite is great. I love the game. It's not very conducive to casual gamers. And by that, I mean, if you're a casual gamer, you're not really feeling rewarded by just doing 1 or 2 missions. You need to do a couple missions. Otherwise, it's like, I'm not going to progress for 3 days. Like, my level will not change for 3 days. I won't find the mats I need to upgrade for another 3 weeks unless I sit down and devote a shit ton of time. The addition of Mutant Storms kind of combats that. And then the ability to do the Survive the Storm 4-hour mission is a way to kind of sit back, be like, all right, today's my gaming day, and then you play. If you guys have any comments or questions or any ideas that maybe I just didn't touch on, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Believe me, I read every single comment. Not even kidding, every single one. I check every day, in all honesty. So people are pumping in new ideas, and you guys actually help me with ideas for these videos. So if you have anything, please don't hold back. I want to hear it all the juicy deets. If you guys have a weird glitch that happened to you, or an idea that you think would make the game great, I don't care how long it is, just throw it in the comments, and I will get back to you, I promise. So if you guys just came for the information, hey, that's about it. I'm going to be talking to the subs here. So for you guys, toodaloo. For all the subs, I know the last week has been really rough with my schedule. I'm not streaming every morning. I'm not even putting out videos on a regular basis, and that's not intentional. Some stuff came up with life and bills, and it's really hard to convince myself to sit down and devote 4 or 5 hours a day to YouTube when it's pulling in next to no money. Like I still have yet to be paid from YouTube, so all of you guys who have been generous enough to donate, that hasn't even gotten to me. That's something that's actually on my end. My bad, I didn't change my address when I moved, so that's my fault. But it makes it hard to say, hey, this is more important than working, you know what I mean, or sleep. Because what I do is I work late into the evening. Well, I need to sleep, you know. I have to sleep, otherwise I do what I'm doing right now, and I record at 5:04 a.m. and hey, that's kind of hard. One way that does really help is if you guys do donate during the live stream on Streamlabs instead of the Super Chat. Streamlabs goes straight to my PayPal, and that's something I can withdraw. As well as the Patreons. Guys, you have no idea how much it means that you guys have signed on with Patreon. I'm going to be adding a new thing in there, so at the $5 mark, I think right now it's like social thing or something. Nobody's done it, and I don't blame you. It's pretty lame. But what I'm going to be doing is changing that out. So once I can get on a better schedule of actually releasing recorded videos, I'm going to put them on Patreon a day early. So hey, if you're at least at that $5 mark, you'll be able to see that a day earlier than everybody else, if that's what you're interested in. You know what I mean? Lastly, the channel direction, where I want to go with this channel. I still obviously want to cover Fortnite. As you guys have seen, I've been dabbling in other games, from Oxygen Not Included to Civilization and RimWorld and all these other games. And what I'm doing is basically doing one episode, kind of seeing how they're doing, and they're all kind of about the same. And then I'm basing it off the likes. What I'm going to do is go through, and the things with the top likes, I'm going to do again first. And if those continue to be supported, I'm going to continue those as a series. The ones that don't get as much support are going to fall off for another time. So if you guys are interested and you're actually still at this part, make sure you're catching all my other stuff. And if you guys like it, hit that like button. And honestly, I want to hear your opinions. I don't want you guys to be just hitting the like button because you support me. However, it does support me. It really does. Just going down there and commenting like, hey, I'm not a fan of this, and then hitting like or dislike. Actually, a dislike would just be, yeah, you don't need to comment. Just dislike the thing. If you don't like it, dislike it, because it doesn't negatively affect my channel. Okay, so even hitting dislike helps my channel. Just saying. And it's a way for you guys to vote in the world what you guys want to see. Well, that about wraps it up. I think I covered everything I needed to cover. And hey, if you guys have any questions, again, I think this is like the third time I've said this, jump down to the comments, boom, type out a question. If you guys are still here and you're not subscribers, what are you waiting for? You know, I try to be really engaging with you guys and get your feedback on everything. If you guys want me to play certain games, hey, I'll definitely look at it. By the way, probably going to be playing Destiny 2 when it hits PC. Just saying. So kind of hyped for that. I saw a bunch of gameplay and I'm like, digging it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And hey, until next time, toodaloo.